You don't say to mama, you don't read, oh. Says the tracking angel. You don't boast to mama, you don't cut. Now chain you the cut. Okay, now make I use my microscope, scan a reality scan, nigga area biafra phobia mentality. See, set mazin Nnamdi Kanu free. One war. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, most I judge a bless Biafra, Chukwuki Biama bless, conscientiousness bless Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Started in 1804 by Uthman Danfodio, Rinom go be to Sokoto, Boo, Sa Amadou Bello. They massacred the Hausa, Marigi and Pura. What about the Shua? Zamfara and Adamawa. Referendum is the voice of everyone. Real freedom, Jawel must be done on the land. Simon, they don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. Mosai Jaja bless Biafra. Chukwuki Biama bless. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. They tried by the canories. These reckless foolanis. They conquered the Lorraine. Fooling, wooden, fooling. They killing in Benue every day. Niger State and Plateau State every day. The whole of Middle Belt State every day. Every day, every day. How I move, don't do. You say we move, but now we move. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. Mosai Jaja bless Biafra. Chukwuki Biama bless Biafra. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. We know that they are the terrorists. Like the man called Shegumi, terrorist. Gabe Sheva Dosinabe, terrorist. Isa Ali Ibrahim Batami, terrorist. Boko Haram in the army, terrorist. They stop the people from farming, terrorist. Abubakar Malami, terrorist. Mainstream media swami, terrorist. Now we have more sellers than buyers. Information minister liar, Mr. like Mohammed and liar. The truth is Biafra's fire. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. Mosai Jaja bless. Chukwuki Biama bless. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. They can come into Biafra land, one them, run them out of do the wall and one them, and run them out now, run them out now. Yo, divided nations, decent, playing their bloody games against Biafra with the AU all the same. What a shame, such a pain. Nnamdi Kanu says Biafra, he comes away. Biafra, black people worldwide say Biafra, Marcus gave away Biafra.
Yes, thank you, everyone. It's a wonderful afternoon. I greet you all from my location. My name is Raphael Chamaka Jere. By the grace of Chukwukabiama Primi Henile, I am a bearer of the Prime Minister, Biafra Republic Government in exile. I greet you all and I bring you good tidings. Yes, every day that breaks is good tidings for those that needed to be free, because the zoo that have held them captive is crashing by the day. Every day, the zoo, Nigeria, is crashing. And then there is liberation that is going to be happening very soon for those that are trapped in that zoological republic of Animal Kingdom. I know every one of you remember this man whom you are seeing his picture on the screen right now. Today, this interview was posted today on his YouTube channel this afternoon. I was going out and I just got the alert. Wow. I said, man, what has he got to say again? You remember that this man actually exposed all the plan of Nigeria to Islamize, all that there is a lot of people in the Nigerian government, a lot of leaders, governors, senators, and what have you, that are sponsors of Boko Haram and that they are presently in that government. And now that all of them are gradually being exposed, the names are coming out, their names are coming out. Top people are being mentioned now. People like Brutai, people like Malami are being mentioned. And this man told you earlier that their plan is to Islamize, and they are not changing any of their, modus operandi. They will not stop until they achieve it. And today again, he is letting a lot of cats out of the bag again. They rot in the Nigerian military, they rot in the army, they rot in the system. And there's something he said here that actually blew my mind. He said he would not keep quiet again because some of the secrets that were classified before, some of them after 10 years, they are no longer classified. You are going to hear a lot from him today. This is about 30 minutes of interview. It was a radio interview, and then he was recording it in his own house, his place. And then here we are to watch it. Remember yesterday I was reading, one of the military officers that actually exposed, Malami, Brutai, and the rest of them. If we have time, we'll go back there. But after this one particularly, there is a video we're going to also look at, that is laying more emphasis on how Omotosho shot himself on the foot. I'm telling you, every day, Nnamdi Kanu is gaining more victory over Nigeria. The more support Nnamdi Kanu gets, it means the more victory he gets, because right now it is no longer the dark age or the age whereby they can just decide to do anything and get away with it. This time around, Nigeria will no longer get away with their criminality. Nigeria can no longer get away with their criminality. In fact, let me not waste further time. Please make sure you are hitting the like button and you're sharing it so that others will join from the beginning of this very interview that Commodore Kunle Olawunmi granted to this particular news station. So without wasting further time, I will go straight to it, and we will start it from the top. We'll start it from the top. Let's go straight to the introduction, and then we'll start.
Back on the Vintage Talk Show with the Five, and I've been chatting with Commodore Kunle and Alex Ogundadegbe. Of course, as he has been on the sideline, and we are moving on to our main interview section, talking points. We have as our guest this morning, retired Navy Commodore, former military intelligence officer, ex-deputy director of Defense Administration at the Defense Headquarters, now a professor of global security studies, and head of Department of Criminology, Christian University, Abeokuta in Ogun State. It's a great pleasure to have you this morning.
Yeah, good morning, and thanks for having me.
Good morning. Yeah, thank you,
sir.
Good
morning.
Thank you. Prof, you probably have listened a little bit to our discussion on the supplementary budget with 500 billion allotted, seemingly, so dealing with our security issues. It's almost an overwhelming situation for us. Yeah. Do you believe that fund will be adequate? Will you subscribe to such amount, or how it could be used effectively to stem the insecurity in the land?
Thank you very much for that question. I know that my years in the military has proven to me that usually those monies are not used for what they are meant for. Recall that I was also a deputy defense attaché to about 8 European countries between 2003 and 2007, 4 years. One of my principal duties was to monitor and provide, enablement for Nigeria to be able to purchase arms and ammunition. So I operated in France, in Spain, Portugal, Italy, Belgium, Israel, Hungary, and other countries, about 8 of them. So usually my job is to ensure that we get arms for our fighter jets, our warships, artillery pieces, armored vehicles for the Nigerian army. But I will tell you a story. There was a day a man walked into Nigerian embassy in France, and he requested to see the defense advisor. Unfortunately, that the defense advisor was in Italy, so I was deputizing. And I said, how can we help you? And he said he's in France to buy rockets for our MiG fighters. And I look at this man, and I couldn't believe it because there are ways that arms, the procedures are very hectic, and it's always G to G. G to G means government to government, And here I was facing an individual who has come to buy rockets for the MiG fighters. And I have to quickly call the ambassador and ask the man to sit down because I thought he was a fraud. So eventually we discovered that it is actually true that this guy has been given money in Nigeria he has been given a contract to buy those rockets, and they told him those things can be found in France. So what he needs to do is to go to the Nigerian embassy and see how he can get it, And I told him, this is not going to happen. You cannot come with cash and you want to buy a rocket. Nobody's going to sell it to you.
Are you following what he's saying? In France, while he worked as an attaché for the government in France, and an individual, that shows you this terrorism didn't start today. An individual came to France, and a civilian, and wanted to buy rockets. And then he thought it was a fraud. He tried to come sit down and call the ambassador. And then when the ambassador, they investigated, they discovered that it was true. Nigeria government, the government or whatever, however institution they are in Nigeria, gave this particular individual who is a civilian contracts to buy rockets from France. Are you following? Okay, please go on. You will hear what
in France. So what you need to do is to go to the Nigerian embassy and see how you can get it. And I told him, this is not going to happen. You cannot come with cash and you want to buy a rocket. Nobody's going to sell it to you. But that's what he told me. So this gives an example of how our defense budget is spent. They just share it to themselves, to their cronies, and they go cap in hand looking for where to buy this, like they want to buy tomatoes or pepper, or they want to buy, So it's a joke. And we wrote a report back to Nigeria, and they seem to be aware, But having said that, the challenge, I think, with defense budget is oversight, the oversight responsibilities by the Senate. This has created room for a lot of fraud, corruption, and we often do not get what we want. I give one or two examples again. I was an attaché in France, in Israel as well, because I was covering Israel. Then we had problem with our coastlines, where you have all these militants operating freely, bunkers, oil thieves. And we made a proposition to the government, just like you are talking about this, George. If we get there, we'll make some comments about it. We make proposition, and we wanted a total radar coverage of Nigerian water, meaning we want to cover our waters from Badagry to Calabar to Bakassi. And deep into the sea, up to like 200 nautical miles, which is the EEZ of Nigeria. The EEZ means Exclusive Economic Zone of Nigeria. So that we can sit comfortably in our operation rooms and monitor what goes on at sea. That's what advanced countries do. I remember I was sent to Brazil, and we went to check what they had. And they have a very huge maritime control center. So Nigeria wanted to do the same, and I think it was suggested that maybe we go to Israel. So we went to Israel. I mean, not my office, but Nigeria went to Israel. I don't want to mention on air. I could have mentioned the Minister of Defense that did that bad job. He went to Israel and met a company that is called Aeronautics. You can Google it. Aeronautics offered Nigeria, okay, they will give us what we want, and they wanted to give us also 2 maritime patrol aircraft, helicopters, and the radar coverage, because you cannot just see something. If you see something at sea, let's say like 50 nautical miles at sea, you need to now go to investigate what is going on there. So we needed 2 maritime patrol aircraft, some UAVs, and so on. And I also would not like to mention the amount, because as the deputy defense attaché, I have access to all these files. The amount was huge in euros, and they had to give us. And as the attaché, I was based practically in Paris, so I flew to Tel Aviv to see how far the contract has gone. And I was surprised to find out that after the contract has been signed and sealed, our Nigerian politicians went to tell them that, oh, they should. First of all, they inflated the contract hugely. That is something supposed to be like 10,000. They've already inflated to like maybe 100,000. They chopped the one up. They also went back and said, okay, they should remove the maritime patrol aircraft, that we don't need it, and give them the money. So they cut off the maritime patrol. I'm talking about real case. So, and people can also check or tell what I'm saying. And that's why we don't have maritime.
I'm talking about real case. This one is not story. Real case, something that really happened. It's not fabricated. This is the way they roll in the zoo. Crime scene, terrorist country.
And give them the money. So they cut off the maritime patrol. I'm talking about real case. So, and people can also check or tell what I'm saying. And that's why we don't have maritime patrol aircraft today. So
that's why they don't have maritime patrol aircraft today. That is, Nigeria as a nation does not have maritime patrol aircraft. So whatever is happening in the sea, Nigeria don't know. There's no aircraft to monitor the sea to know if there's an enemy encroaching now, if there's any terrorists coming now, if there's any bombardment coming to Nigeria through the sea. Nigeria cannot, they have no radar, they can't trace it, they can't even find it out. They have no maritime patrol. They don't have it. But they paid for it, oh. It was paid for. The company, they did a contract, they paid for it. These people went and then they said, cancel it. Give us the money. We don't need it. Did you hear what he said? If you didn't hear, let me take it back. He said they went there and told them, give us the money. We don't want it. Maritime patrol. So that you will know what's happening in the maritime area, in the air, in the sea area. They paid for it, and then the terrorist government, they pocketed it.
To Tel Aviv to see how far the contract has gone. And I was surprised to find out that after the contract has been signed and sealed, our Nigerian politicians went to tell them that, oh, they should. First of all, they inflated the contract hugely. That is something supposed to be like 10,000. They've already inflated to like maybe 100,000. They chopped the one up. They also went back and said, okay, they should remove the maritime patrol aircraft, that we don't need it, and give them the money. So they cut off the maritime patrol. I'm talking about real case. So, and people can also check or tell what I'm saying. And that's why we don't have maritime patrol aircraft today. So they cut it off. They also cut off the UAVs, practically cut off everything except the consoles. The consoles are the radar system that they monitor. Then the radar systems were still there. And I think when I'm very careful not to mention names. When another government came, they reviewed the contract again and paid another money. And they never still got this item.
Wow.
And practically, as I'm talking to you today, this is 2023, we never got those items.
Are you hearing him? One government signed a contract for something that they need to be able to keep their maritime area safe. They budgeted it, then they inflated the price. They inflated the price. After inflating the price, okay, they inflated the price. The money with which they inflated was not even enough for them. They said, okay, no need. What will happen is that cancel it. We don't even want it again and give us the money. That government came and gone. Another government came, revisited that thing, signed another contract again. Up to today, Nigerians still do not have that maritime patrol aircraft. Up to today, they don't have it. That's what he said here. I'm not the one that said it. He said it here. Listen to him.
Government came. They reviewed the contract again and paid another money. And they never still got this item.
Wow.
And practically, as I'm talking to you today, this is 2023, we never got those items. It was fully paid for. They shared the money. They were still not satisfied. They went back and cut off all the things that they're supposed to buy. And at the end of the day, they just abandoned the product there. So, if I remember very well, I think in 2004, I was now asked to lead a team. So I led a team of the Chief of Naval Staff. I will still not mention names. And some very senior naval officers, experts in their field. And we went there and we actually physically saw our items on the ground. And they said Nigeria has refused to come for those items. And it has been paid for. And they were begging us to please come and take it because it's becoming an issue. Because the warehouse, we have to start paying for demurrage for keeping those things there. I can assure you that after today, we never paid those items. We paid for them.
Wow.
The contract
Wow.
was funded
Wow.
time. And perhaps almost the third time, we kept on re-awarding the contracts and people, they were just sharing the money.
Look at this new embarrassment, new calamity, so to speak. The purchase of the presidential yacht by the Navy. I don't understand. The money has not been approved. Before the money was approved, I understand it has been purchased and been delivered. Does that process make sense? One, is it possible for a purchase to be delivered without money being budgeted for, or we're not told the exact truth? Secondly, what is the use or usefulness of a yacht in the fleet of the Navy? What does it serve? Is it a warship? Is it a pleasure, a pleasure trip or pleasure ship? What exactly is this yacht about?
You asked too many questions, but let me take it from the relevance of a yacht. If you go to Royal Navy, they have. If you go to Russian Navy, they have. Let me just use those two examples. Usually, Navy plays two roles: defense and ceremonial. There's what we call flag showing, and a lot of people may not know that if you want to do what they call the fleet review, the fleet review is like you want to do guards inspection in the army,
Parade.
Parade,
Yes.
So the president will march and, inspect the parade, they will do the ceremony. The Air Force, they do the same. So the Air Force also, they have their fleet review. They will fly past, you do independence parade, see the aircraft flying past and see the aircraft and colors and so on.
Yeah.
Navy also has similar program. We call it fleet review. They call it presidential fleet review. Unfortunately, the ships are huge and they are always inside the other lagoon or at sea. And the president has no other way to inspect those warships than to be inside his presidential yacht and, basically sail past those warships, because they can line up to maybe like 2-3 nautical miles, because the standard distance between the wind at sea, if you put a frigate somewhere, there should be a distance, maybe sometimes 500 meters before the next one, another 500 meters. So by the time you want to see all those ships, you need to be in a yacht where, handled by the experts, the Navy, and you will just sail through and you'll be checking those ships one by one, because they are dressed overall in ceremonial, and there are men that have manned ships. So we call them, they share as the president sails past. Salute to the president, commander in chief. So as he's sailing past, they are using megaphone and they are sharing him. So I listened to a lot of talks, on this issue of yachts. And I was really taken aback. As a professional, when I joined the military in 1982, we had a presidential yacht. And you can check this out. The name of the presidential yacht there is Igina Bereton. It's a John name. And it was used by Shagari extensively for ceremonials. Maybe Prince Charles visit Nigeria, they will take him on board those yachts, they will take him to sea, they will show him our coastline, they will sometimes even do a fleet review with him. So there's nothing wrong in having a presidential yacht, because it's not for him. If he leaves, when Shagari left, another person came. We were using this Igina Beraton until it got to a state of disrepair. And the Nigerian Navy now felt that, let us convert this presidential yacht to a training ship. And that is what we did. We repainted the presidential yacht and renamed that yacht Nigerian Navy ship Ruwanyaro. And I was trained on board Ruwanyaro as a seagoing cadet. So what are we talking about? I will mention a name. The former governor of Ogun State, Olofimoyin, was the commanding officer of Ruwanyaro in 1984-85. And I trained on board that ship. It was a presidential yacht converted to a training ship, because it does not fit again that role. It was old, dilapidated, and the president cannot use it again. So we converted it to a training ship, and we use it for decades to train. Now, let me come to the other side. The challenge in Nigeria is just that this for me, I just wonder whether we are also human beings. You see, what people do is that they will go to Italy, or maybe some of these yachts that was seized during Russian-Ukrainian war by the West, and they are selling them. One bringing I'm just speculating, they will just go and buy it. Then they will impose it on Nigeria through the party politics and say they should budget for it. The ship is already waiting somewhere, it has been bought. Then they will say they should budget for it. Then they will now bring it in, a used yacht somewhere. That is where the problem is. And you can never pay 5 billion for a yacht. It's not possible. It has been inflated, it's been corrupted. That's why I wonder whether we are human beings. And this will go on and on. And you will see, eventually you will see that ship, because somebody has already paid for it. So they start bribing each other, continue to bribe the Senate, bribe this one. Maybe the yacht is about $1 billion. They will say it's 5 billion. Then the 4 billion on top will be shared. That is where the problem is. It's not good to be blaming that what do they want to do with presidential yacht. Is necessary for ceremonials, for flag showing. Navy needs it. I remember we even requested for another one when we converted the Igina Beraton to a training ship. We requested for another presidential yacht for presidential fleet review. Are you going to dump the president in one tiny boat? Supposing something happened and he fall overboard. A lot of things I saw in my 35 years of military intelligence operations that makes me to be depressed. If you see me, sometimes when I talk, it's because of depression. I'm highly depressed. I will also tell you another, it's not a secret because it's been a long time. We also, during Babangida time in Kabacha, we have this method of keeping our weapons, huge weapons. We have, it was like a policy. We have a way of keeping them with the manufacturers for maintenance and for keep in a very conducive warehouses, because some of the military equipment are very sensitive, like missiles, for example. You can't just buy missiles, bring them to Nigeria and keep them in one store. If you do that, the missiles are going to be safe. So we have some depot in France. I won't mention specific type of missiles and companies. We have some depot in France, specifically around Bordeaux. And we have some in Milan area in Italy, where we keep very sophisticated, huge weapons, But what is important in this case was that I went to, because I was covering Italy, so I went to a company they call Cantieri to see how well are we maintaining this, are they maintaining this? I'm talking about artillery pieces, armor tanks, pulse missiles, 105 pulse missiles, and so on. And the Italians were telling us that, come, this thing has been lying here for so long, and our demurrage then was thousands of euros, And it's like we may not get these items except we pay the demurrage. We also have some helicopters, in Italy, all these anti-submarine helicopters and so on. Because during the civilian era, during Shagari, we were very ambitious. We were leading Africa. We bought the most sophisticated warships, NNS Aradu, that's Nigerian Navy ship Aradu. We have the frigates from Britain. The Aradu was from Germany. I commanded the Patron 3 fast attack crafts with missiles and so on. We were very ambitious. So it is very, very disheartening, very depressing to see what these politicians are doing today. I feel depressed, I can tell you that I'm having what they call post-service traumatic disorder, because when I see the of billions that this country has, it makes me sad. That's why immediately I left the military, I went into academics just to keep myself busy. It's a very sorrowful thing when you see what Nigeria does with their defense budget. I can talk on and on, but there are some that I cannot be on the air today because it's not going to augur well for this country when people find out what they do with their defense budget and how they share the money. There's what they call the budget oversight responsibilities. The budget oversight responsibilities is by the Senate. So the Navy can say, okay, we want a particular warship, this class, to be able to perform this particular role. Everything we go through, first reading, all those process, then by the time the money is released, somebody will just hijack the money and say, why do you need this? It's too sophisticated. Can we maintain it? Meanwhile, the money has been released. Everything has been discussed. Because I agree, money released. Then they start querying the Navy. They start querying the Navy. Why do you want this? Now they say, okay, instead of going to, I'll give a very sorrowful example. The best country that can give us Super Dvora and Shaldag, those people that are in the Navy listening to me, we understand these terms, are Israelis. And I facilitated that process. We're supposed to get two class of ship that we call the SAR-4. You can Google all this. They have sophisticated how advanced those ships were. And after all said and done, they collected the money. and simply went to Turkey. Some who just carried the cash went to Singapore, some went to China, buying Chinese ship and all these horrible things you're saying that we cannot maintain today. So it's a very sorrowful state. And you feel like crying, or you just feel like leaving this country and just go quietly somewhere and sit. These people that are in government in the past years they're supposed to be tried for treason. Supposed to be tried for treason, supposed to be condemned, and they should shoot them at the stake.
Are you hearing what he's saying? Are you listening to what he's saying? These people that are in government are supposed to be tried for treason. They're supposed to be condemned, and they shoot them at the stake. I want him to repeat that word again. But instead, they are the ones going to kidnap, pick up people, do extraordinary rendition, and then they come and they condemn innocent people, whereas they are hardcore criminals. This is a Navy Commodore telling you that these leaders in this nation, they are supposed to be arrested, condemned, and then hung, and then executed on the stake. Listen to him.
Turkey. Some who just carried the cash went to Singapore, some went to China, buying Chinese ship and all these horrible things you're saying that we cannot maintain today. So it's a very sorrowful state. And you feel like crying, or you just feel like leaving this country and just go quietly somewhere and sit. These people that are in government in the past years they're supposed to be tried for treason. Supposed to be tried for treason, supposed to be condemned, and they should shoot them at the stake. These are worse than you can never know. You are a journalist. Things are really bad. The corruption is horrible. And the people that are there, sometimes when I look at them in the face, I wonder whether they're actually Nigerians. I believe some of these things are foreigners. They're just here to destroy this country. Wait. Because I don't see any Nigerian that will do what I don't want to mention names on air, otherwise I mention names of minister of this, minister of that just stole money and disgraced our country. How can the fellow be begging me?
They stole money and then disgraced our country. This a Nigerian Commodore saying it too. But when Donald Trump said it, they said, how can you call Nigeria a disgraced country? Listen to this Commodore. Let him repeat it again. He said they stole money, they did all manner of things, disgraced their country. Listen.
I don't want to mention names on air, otherwise I mention names of minister of this, minister of that just stole money and disgraced our country. How can the fellow be begging me to help them beg Nigeria to come and take what we have paid for?
Wow.
And they will not take it, and it's there. When I went to Fincantieri in Milan, in Italy, and I know people, I don't want to mention names as well, because some of them are in Abuja, they may not understand, they may not be listening to your program. They were begging us to come and take our armor tanks, our 105 hospitals, that's the artillery pieces, and so many, the ammunition and so on. And they say, oh, I don't want to also mention the Minister of Defense then. You understand? They said that it's too expensive, that we can't afford it. We can't pay the demurrage. And so we would rather leave those things there.
To forfeit it.
I actually don't want to talk about the governors election. I don't want to talk about them.
Why? Why, Prof? Why?
Because if I talk, maybe I'll be too harsh on them. These are not human.
Don't they need it?
Most of them are not human beings. So why should we talk about people?
Are you hearing? He said he said he doesn't want to mention their name. I don't want to talk about them. He said because most of them are not human beings. Most of them are not human beings. Honestly.
Why? Why, Prof? Why?
Because if I talk, maybe I'll be too harsh on them. These are not human.
Don't they need it?
Most of them are not human beings. So why should we talk about people that you wonder whether they are even normal, you know. Okay, let me just give you an idea. In 2008, 2009, I was the chief security officer to a governor. Okay, let me mention the state, Enugu State. I was the CSO to a governor in Enugu State. I mean, I worked with, you can see the linkage, how it works. I work with Sergeant Rogers, I work with Major Mustafa. There's a seamless linkage from the national to the state to the local government. Now, this same governor you want me to talk about, they have killed the local government completely. If you want to talk about security, it's from the grassroots now. They kill, they earn their money. They don't allow their money to go to the local government. So he sits in the capital, driving jeep up and down, blowing siren up and down, you know, stealing money. Then you want me to advise him as how he should secure the state. He will go and bring his brother and make him CSO. He will go and bring his relative, maybe his wife's brother, he will make him CSO. I don't need to advise them. They are not professional. They don't even know what they are doing. They think they are just governors to eat money and become rich and harass people and use talk to be killing their political. They think that's why they are governors. It's not a rocket science. Get a professional to be your chief security officer and you go to bed and sleep. Then they give you security vote. You just think security vote is for you to eat and carry women to places and go and be sleeping around with women. They think that's what security vote is meant for. I don't want to discuss that. Please, let's have made some discussion or conversation on this issue. The question of the civil oversight responsibility to defend and the procedure that, you know, Nigeria has established over the years. For me, there's nothing really wrong with the procedure. It is the operator of that procedure. The kind of human beings that I've seen in corridor of powers over the years is just baffling. In fact, sometimes I used to think that maybe this is hell, you know, and this is hell. You know, we talk about heaven or hell, and God has put all of us here in hell and give us those kind of leaders to grind us. That sometimes when I think deeply, I say, I mean, why is this happening?
Are you hearing him? He's describing Nigeria as hell, literally. He's telling you that Nigeria is hell. That God decided to put them in Nigeria so that to grind them. Repeat that again, please.
I've seen in corridor of powers over the years. There's nothing really wrong with the procedure. It is the operator of that procedure. The kind of human beings that I've seen in corridor of powers over the years is just baffling. In fact, sometimes I used to think that maybe this is hell, you know, and this is hell. You know, we talk about heaven or hell, and God has put all of us here in hell and give us those kind of leaders to grind us. That sometimes when I think deeply, I say, I mean, why is this happening? Because it doesn't happen in other climes, you know, where the procedure is laid down based on the constitution that we are using. We can't just change the constitution because some individuals that are there are just like devils incarnate, you know. So how do you change the constitution and change the process and the procedure of purchasing arms? The Navy, because I don't want to really, you know, I was deputy director in PMED. Those people in the Navy, when they hear what I said, when I say PMED, they understand. Basically, PMED is, you know, project implementation, monitoring, and evaluation. So I was exposed to fires. If you want to purchase a warship, helicopter gunships, you want to build hospitals, whatever the Navy wants to do. So we are the one that, my office then, my job is to ensure that due diligence are followed and things are done properly. And I step on so many toes because I ran into files where a lot of contracts have been awarded for the Navy, and they ate the money. And I said, no, we have to go through this, make sure we recover the money. And I remember I recovered more than 2.something billion, within a span of 4 months. And eventually I was...
the money that was stolen, when he discovered that the stolen money, he decided to, make sure they put him in a position whereby to recover this money. Within 4 months, he recovered 4.something billion. Within 4 months. Within 4 months.
You want to build hospitals, whatever the Navy wants to do. So we are the one that, my office then, my job is to ensure that due diligence are followed and things are done properly. And I step on so many toes because I ran into files where a lot of contracts have been awarded for the Navy, and they ate the money. And I said, no, we have to go through this, make sure we recover the money. And I remember I recovered more than 2.something billion, within a span of 4 months. And eventually I was removed from that office because I was too difficult, So, I mean...
He recovered 2.something billion, and they removed him from the office because they said it was too difficult. You see, Nigeria, they reward criminals and they expel those that do well.
And I remember I recovered more than 2.something billion, within a span of 4 months. And eventually I was removed from that office because I was too difficult, So, I mean, it's not something we should be saying on the air, but these are things they can verify. So the challenge is that when the Navy say, okay, they are requesting for a particular warship, that's what we can do. The Navy will make a requisition. It goes to budget defense. Chief of Accounts and Budget in Nigeria will go there to defend it. And some experts will go with them. And when they accept, that is the end. How the contract is awarded, we don't know. It's not our business. We don't go to, where they are doing the contract. Sometimes they will just tell us that, okay, the ship is ready. We should go to Singapore. We should go to China. Then we prepare people to go there for training. They will train on those ships. And sometimes you will be surprised that the ship, as we are sailing the ship from China, when we get to South Africa, it will break down there. The new ship will break down in South Africa. And I've had cases to send signals and send people to South Africa to go and repair ships that are just coming in. It's horrible. It's horrible. Because
give them money, they will go and buy Tokumbo ship. And they say they bought new ship. A ship to go and deliver the ship, that the ship will break down on the road. Nigeria.
Signals and send people to South Africa to go and repair ships that are just coming in. It's horrible. It's horrible. Because once the money is given to the politician, they go and get like a Tokumbo ship or maybe one very inferior ship that will rust away within 2 years. It will rot away at sea. The metal they use as substandard, the thickness, everything, the construction is just a what? They just share the money. Having left the system in 2017, we have a professional go to some of this and that you can discuss certain issues after 10 years. Okay? Because yes, you can declassify information. I'm an expert in intelligence operations. So people may think I'm talking frivolously or I'm saying things that I'm not supposed to say. I know I can declassify information after 10 years. In United States, FBI, CIA, KGB, they have time, they declassify information. The death of Kennedy, for instance, was said to be declassified after 50 years. So it depends on how injurious the exposure of such information will be to national security. That's how you classify the number of years. So if one minister has money that is meant for defense and 10 years has passed, talking about 20,
you can expose him.
2003, 2007. So look at the how many years ago. So I can say what I'm saying. Because maybe the man said was right, you know. The guy that had the money, maybe by now he has died. So I can say certain things, and I know what I'm saying because I know what security is in the real sense of it. So I'm not saying what I'm not supposed to say.
Yeah.
So I think the challenge is the system. The system is endemically corrupt. That sometimes I wonder why Nigeria is still surviving. How we are surviving, I still don't know. But the kind of money these people steal away.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle that we are
still
working this.
Is there an end to all this? Is there a lacuna? Is it all about choices of who we vote for at the end of the day? What exactly is going on? Is it
okay, I like that question because I think the essence of this conversation, is to find a solution to the problem. And I would like to refer you to one of the greatest philosophers after Sun Tzu. His name is von Clausewitz. What he simply did, his own state has this kind of problem. You see what we are discussing: corruption, drug dealers, all these people. You see, some of them are into so many dirty things. Okay, so he has this same problem, and he was a military guy, and he came up with a theory. He said he simply micromized a society. He said that a society is classified into the government, the security. In other words, during his time, he mentioned the military. So, the government, the military, and the people. These three triangles, these three people, they make up of a society. There's nobody in government, whether Bath or whoever they are, that did not evolve from the people. They were once a poor people, just like some of us before they became president or governor or senator. They evolved from the people. Okay? So Clausewitz says that the military also evolved from the people. I went to the military in 1982. I was a local boy in Ilaro State, somewhere. I went to normal primary school and so on. I emerged from the people and I became a military officer. And I grew to be a one-star. So a society is made up of those three: the government, the people, and the military. But he said, he gave a warning that the people is paramount. The people has the power. When you talk about sovereignty, the power belongs to the people because they are the ones that send their representatives to the army, to the government house, to the Senate. So whatever those people are their servants. They are there to work for them. They surrender their sovereignty to them. But you know what Nigerian politicians have done? Once they get there, when they are sent out, you vote for them, you send out. They now weaponize poverty. Because when you are so poor and wretched and cannot feed, you won't have strength to talk the way I'm talking. So, the challenge, if I say the challenge, you will not believe me. The challenge is actually the people. The people had a problem. All those people that carry talks, carry ballot box, all those ones that complain for people when they are doing election, those people that change the paper at, what do you call this, INEC. All those people working in INEC, are they not people? Are they military? Are they in government? They are not. If you are working in INEC, you are just somebody's father, somebody's mother. If I use copper and they say you should go and man one polling unit, you are somebody's sister and brother, and you are there also collecting money. So the people are the problem. They forgot that they have the power to remove these people, to kick them out, just like the French Revolution. People took power to their hands, went to Versailles. I was in Paris, so I used to visit the place, and beheaded the king. Carry his wife, took him to Trocadero, put out that guillotine, and beheaded her. And the French system changed.
Are you hearing him? For there to be a change, for there to be a total transformation and a new beginning for you, you must have a revolution. It is by force. He's reminding them that it is the people that should take action. If you are waiting on the government and depending on them and thinking that, look, you will quietly, there is no way. No, Nnamdi Kanu said it, and they were saying crucify him. There's nowhere in the world where people got their freedom through a peaceful means. There's nowhere in the world people got their freedom through a peaceful means. There must be a revolution. They are telling you about French Revolution. Somebody's head was removed during French, when French had their revolution. The people did it in France. Please tell them again, as this thing is coming to an end, this particular interview.
Somebody's father, somebody's mother. You know, if I use copper and they say you should go and man one polling unit, you are somebody's sister and brother, and you are there also collecting money. So the people are the problem. They forgot that they have the power to remove these people, to kick them out, just like the French Revolution. People took power to their hands, went to Versailles. I was in Paris, so I used to visit the place, and beheaded the king. Carry his wife, took him to Trocadero, put out that guillotine, and beheaded her. And the French system changed. So what gives these people power over you? And that's why sometimes when I talk on the air, you think I'm annoyed. No, I'm just upset that why should a governor think he has the power over me? I'm respecting the office of the governor. And if the individual in that office is a criminal, I have no respect for him. And then some people think I'm arrogant. I don't have respect for you. You are just a human being like me. You.
Someone who is in power and is a criminal deserves no respect. A lawyer who is passing judgment without showing you law deserves no respect. You are a lawyer, you are a judge. You want to pass a judgment. And then the person you are judging is asking you, my lord, sir, my lordship, sir, please show me the law with which you are judging me. Is that arrogance? That's not even disrespectful. The disrespect is when you even go and spit on his face. But when you're telling him, show me the law, that's what this man is telling you here. You are a leader and you are a criminal. You don't deserve any respect. You are a motor show, you are a judge. And you said you promised you will abide by the law. You promised you will allow them to read, to take their own chances and do their own thing. And then later you put them all aside and you want to pass judgment. And I said he was unruly. Don't that fire you? We don't have respect for anybody that is a criminal. If you are not respectful to law and ordinances, to law and order, you don't deserve respect. That's exactly what he's saying here.
People are the problem. They forgot that they have the power to remove these people, to kick them out, just like the French Revolution. People took power to their hands, went to Versailles. I was in Paris, so I used to visit the place, and beheaded the king. Carry his wife, took him to Trocadero, put out that guillotine, and beheaded her. And the French system changed. So what gives these people power over you? And that's why sometimes when I talk on the air, you think I'm annoyed. No, I'm just upset that why should a governor think he has the power over me? I'm respecting the office of the governor. And if the individual in that office is a criminal, I have no respect for him. And then some people think I'm arrogant. I don't have respect for you. You are just a human being like me. You came from a village somewhere and somehow you got into a position of power and you became a nuisance to the society. So the solution is for people to take power to their hands and kick out some of these criminals that you have in government. The problem in this country are the people. It's not this government. But they evolve from the people. The military that keep people and start shooting people, are they not from the people? The military guy that commanded that I know the guy. He has a mother, he has a father, he has brothers. He emerged from the people. So people should take their sovereignty back from these rascals.
People should take their sovereignty back from these rascals. Oh my God. People should take their sovereignty back from these rascals.
Mother, he has a father, he has brothers. He emerged from the people. So people should take their sovereignty back from these rascals. And get second time their independence.
Thank you, Olawunmi. Thank you so much. This man is something else. This man is awesome. Something else. Yes, I have 1 hour before the town hall meeting in Owerri. Before then, at least we still have about half an hour to go into Nnamdi Kanu's, the update on Nnamdi Kanu. Let's see what it has for us. Yeah. Where is that video? Case presence. Okay. Wait, I need to bring it from here. All right. I thought I had liked it. Okay. I have to change it to the other YouTube. Share screen. It's very wonderful analysis, and you don't want to miss this one. Yes, it's about 1 hour, but maybe we'll take at least 40 minutes of this because of our town hall meeting today. Please, let's take this. Very important. Are we here? Is it here? Okay, I think it's here. This analysis is powerful. Honestly, you need to be here. Myself, I've not watched it all, so I'll take my time now to listen.
This Omotosho got this job by connection. He did not merit it. From the way he read the judgment, you could see that this person is not learned. This person is half-baked. Somebody like this Omotosho got this job by connection. He did not merit it. From the way he read the judgment, you could see that this person is not learned. This person is half-baked. He cannot claim to be. It's not trying to be full-baked judge. No. It's not a full-baked judge. When the gods want to destroy someone, they first of all make him what? Mad.
All right, welcome to Vic Influential Podcast. Once again, so today I'm here with my brother, Mr. Freeborn Happiness. Yes, welcome to Vic Influential Podcast.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What do you think about our brother Nnamdi Kanu that was just convicted on terrorism charges?
I think the judgment was unfair, sincerely. That exposed.
Sorry, I was talking. I didn't know I muted myself. The name of this channel is Vic Influential. Vic Influential. Credit to Vic Influential for this particular podcast. Very important. So let's go. Let's get it done.
This is also the corruption or the rascality that exists in the Nigerian judiciary. So for me, it was the joke of the year. It was a total expression of, you know, a constitutional, constitutional breakdown in Nigeria. That is how I see it. It's ridiculous, it's shameful, and it cannot be accepted, in my own opinion.
Yeah, it cannot be accepted. But from what we are hearing, he has already been transferred to where, Sokoto, right?
Yeah.
He has already been transferred to Sokoto prison. So
Yeah.
till how many days again before he appeal? Till I think 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know the exact date.
Yeah, so that's
We have right to appeal, but I don't know the exact time.
So that's around January or February.
Okay.
He's going to be there. They will appeal, start delaying again till Tinubu lost election or win again. And they will continue to do like this till how many years again to come?
You see, for me, there's something that worries me the most. Not even winning of the election or freeing him or jailing him.
Yeah, you know why I said that? Because this is complete witch hunting, right?
Yeah, outside the witch hunting, there's something greater that I see. There's something that is worrisome that I see from the ruling. And I will say it. What I see is that that Nigeria does not have where they stand. I don't know how to put it in English. Some people say Nigeria is a jungle. But even in the jungle or zoo, there is a kind of rule. But from what happened, you could see that unfortunately, Nigeria does not have where they stand constitutionally and otherwise. So the fear is now is that what law is ruling us? Which constitution are we under? If constitution can be violated at any time. So which rule do we actually have? Which constitution do we actually have as a Nigerian to believe in it? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, because this is, so for me, that is my fear. That is the fear that I have, that anything can happen to anybody, anytime, any day, whether without court or with court. Because
Mi ha guarita durante lo spettacolo, ha guarito una parte di me.
this was so plain.
So before this case, you had faith in Nigerian judiciary system before this case?
At least to some level. There are some rulings they use technicality to cover. That you understand, because in the law, I'm not a lawyer, but I know there is what to call the spirit of the law and the letter of the law. So in some of the cases, they use technicality to beat or to win the game on technicality. The law is there, but the technical side always, favor them. They use to win the game. But this time around, there is nothing like a technicality. This was plain. Okay, Nnamdi Kanu was saying, show me the law on which you are judging me. And the lawyer could not say it. For me, this is something that is worrisome. That is why I think the youth by now should be rising. The youth should be asking our elders question. So on which rule, under which rule are we? So that we know how to move, going forward. For me. Do you understand? And nobody is saying that is my own worry. If somebody should ask, on which constitution, which law are you judging me? Are you sentencing me? Let me know, yes.
Yeah.
And they could, as simple as that, they could not read it before him in the law court. But before, this used to happen. If they are judging you or you have a case, they want to sentence you. After going through the evidence, analyze it, they say, okay, based on the evidence that we have, and according to this law, this number so and so, then we are judging you. They pass judgment.
But Nigeria do not care about that. They do not care about how they will look in front of anybody, even as they are under the scrutiny of the whole world. Pass this kind of judgment.
You see, that is worrisome, because this can be applied to anybody. This one is not about tribe. You understand? It's not about Nnamdi Kanu being an Igbo man. No. This is about a whole nation and about a constitution. And the more, if it can happen to Nnamdi Kanu that have a wider view, a worldwide view. So who is an individual that it cannot happen to? So tomorrow you can have a case now. they take you to court, the court will just pass judgment without reading the law that you are offended. Do you understand? That for me, that is my worry. And I cannot understand it to date. Do you understand?
You will be sentenced to death on what you have no
Yes,
knowledge
on
about.
what the law that is not existing. They will not read it to you. So which means anybody can take you to court. They will just pass judgment. They will not tell you the offense, where it is written that you have offended the law. So that is the danger of it for me. You understand? It's not about them, sentencing Kalu, but every Nigerian should be wary of this. And you see, this is a progression. Why I say it's a progression? If you watch the judgment, if you watch, okay, let's make a reference to that of Rivers, Port Harcourt. During the case against a Fubara team and those that decamped, when those that was in PDP, when they decamped to APC, so that they could, take Fubara out of the way. And later they found out that the case was against them for defecting. They went to court, and the court said that they did not defect to APC. And these people were on video. It was celebrated. It was recorded.
That court said that they did not
defect. That they have decome from PDP to APC in reverse. But when they found out that the case was going against them, they said that they did not defect. Yeah, they did not decamp. And the court did not accept the video evidence. Do you understand? And there was a video evidence of these people, of the proceedings, of when they were defeated, when they were welcomed by the APC party. And the court did not recognize that. Even during the 2023 election petition, they did not accept video evidence. But on Nnamdi Kanu sentencing, the judge was reading a pronouncement or a broadcast that he did from abroad, which is virtual. So how can that be accepted now? If it was not accepted in a reverse, if it's not accepted during the 2023 election,
it depends on
how is it accepted now? No. And even if it's accepted, so why would the judge not quote the law or which is judging him?
No, they all have their separate playbooks. So if they are passing their judgments according to what the law says, that means the law will be constant, right? But that is not what they are doing. They all have their own playbook, which they are doing whatever they are doing from. So if whatever happened in Rivers State, they will have what Wike or whoever will present to them, this is how we are going to do this one. Just like during the election tribunal, they will have their Tinubu camp and whoever that is writing out this script to them will say, this is how we are going to do it. So it's not about the law. The law is only one. Whatever you are going to do, you are going to get it from only one book and one constitution. So it's always going to be constant. Nothing like changing here or changing there. But they are not playing by the law. That is why I ask you, before Nnamdi Kanu, did you even have hope on this, whatever that is going to happen now? From everything that is happening before, I've seen, following this case, I have come to a conclusion, I have already even made up my mind that Nnamdi Kanu is not going to get justice or got acquitted. Before they went and kidnapped him from Kenya, they already know how the thing is going to play out. They knew that if they bring Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya without the proper channel, they cannot try him because that is what the law said. They know, somebody advised them. They say, okay, this is Nigeria. We can just bring him. He jumped bail, and we will keep saying that he jumped bail, and everybody will forget that his home was invaded by the military, that he escaped so that he will not be killed. Everybody will forget that, and we will not play that he was extraordinary rendition. Because if you are going to judge that Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition, that means you don't have the jurisdiction to judge the case, right? But they already knew. This is not the government doing it without the Attorney General. No. They were all in sync with everything that played on.
Yeah,
they already knew.
Yeah, yes, they know. That is why I always say that if you are corrupt, if you are evil, you are smart by half. This is what have made what is making like somebody like President Trump saying that Nigeria is a disgraced country, and it's a shame. You understand? It's a very big shame to everybody, not only to Tinubu, to even our elders, to the clergymen, to everybody who have voice to speak and is not speaking. It's a very big shame.
Ho 42 anni e salto il fondotinta. Non faccio filler e trattamenti facciali. Come? Seguo questi esercizi.
Yes, these are the how can these decisions they are taking, that is what is bringing Nigeria down, and they keep doing it, and nobody is saying nothing. Nigeria don't have a rallying point. I don't see it. I don't see, there is no law, there is no virtue, there is no principle we believe in. This is what I'm seeing now in Nigeria. Anything can go. It means we are heading to nowhere. We are heading towards disaster. God forbid, but that is the pointer.
Are we not already there?
People that does not have there's no principle they cherish. There is there is no vision. There is nothing that will happen and everybody will say, no, this is wrong. This cannot be.
No, they have already divided you. They have already divided you.
That is disaster.
They have won. They have already divided you. If you go to Twitter right now and you see that every scenario, everybody that is speaking up is being tagged IPOB or Igbo man.
No.
No. And I like
just
that.
to be fair,
like that. No,
I saw some people speaking from other tribe.
I like that.
Seriously.
Do you know why I like that? Because it means that everybody saying that law is not working in Nigeria is Igbo. It's good because you are saying or you are telling the world that it's only Igbos can say the truth in this country. That the people that are saying that Christians are being killed in Nigeria is only Igbo can see that. And if you can recall, it's only Igbos that came out and said that Tinubu cannot, Buhari cannot lead Nigeria. Look at where Buhari led Nigeria to. The same thing to this Tinubu. People will just take their hatred without saying that Igbos are like majority of them, a large number of them, 90 or 99% of them will tell you the truth at all time. You understand?
Yeah.
They said that there is Christian genocide in Nigeria. Everybody said it's Igbo thing. It is Igbo thing because as it is, it's only Igbos that will look you in the face and tell you how it is. You have everybody in power. When last did you have Igbo man as a president in Nigeria? The time you ever did, it was a ceremonial president. You've never had Igbo man at the highest level in this country, level office in this country. So right from the independence to now, Igbo man do not have a hand in making Nigeria how it is. At least we can boldly come out and say we did not destroy Nigeria. They all did collectively, and they keep doing it. And when we come out to speak, you will say Igbos want to destroy Nigeria. Are you daft or you cannot see what is glaring in front of you? This, after your 8 years of Buhari, taking Nigeria from where, how many years, like 60 years backwards to where it is now, and Tinubu continue.
Yeah.
Everything, insecurity, inflation, no food, poverty, up to 100 million Nigerians are in poverty. And your problem is Igbo. Your problem is Igbo. So, and because of my passport, there is no way you ask me where are you from. I will say I am Igbo, or I will say I am Biafra, just because of that passport. As it is right now, I have things to make me proud and say, no, I did not contribute to how Nigeria is right now. Because that is how it is.
Yeah, but but in the entire world, they see
I'm
you.
saying I am
They see you,
Nigerian
they
now.
see you as a Nigerian
Yes,
first.
because of
Not
my
as an
passport, they will
yeah.
say, "Oh, you are from that useless place." But I don't have any hand in making it how it is.
Yeah.
It is Yoruba and Hausa and Fulani made Nigeria how it is right now. They have made it ungovernable.
It's
The law is not working. Nothing is working there. A country with almost the highest resources in all ramification in Africa cannot boast of 40 kilometers of good road. They cannot boast of lights. They cannot boast of good health care. They cannot boast of
social amenities.
anything. They cannot boast of it. So we need to be saying, oh, Nigeria is useless. Oh, Igbo man did not make it like that. We don't have any hand in it.
Okay. Yeah. Largely, you will say that that is within. Largely within, you can say that because they are never in the helm of affairs in making a decision in Nigeria. But outside Nigeria, they see all of us as
very unfortunate.
Nigerians. Yeah, we all contribute to the mess that is going on. But within Nigeria, I think it's our elders that have contributed, majorly. Our royal fathers, our elderly men. I don't know. It always brings me to question. So where do they stand? They can see that Nigeria is not working. They've lived for a long time. They could see that where we are heading to is disastrous, and yet nobody is willing to do something. For me, Nigeria is a mess. It's a shame. This Nnamdi Kanu's case, it exposes so many things. Like you rightly mentioned, he was rendition extraordinarily, which is illegal. And in law, we are not lawyers. You can't make legality out of illegality. That alone should not make him not to face any trial. And which a judgment was passed earlier, I think in the Court of Appeal, that they should set him free. That there's no grant to
Supreme Court.
Yes, that there's no grant to judge him. Even some of the subsection in the UN, the same thing have been communicated that this man should be set free.
Il disegno che l'avete preso? Sono 3, sono 26.
Okay, this is where my fear is coming. Now, nobody is referring to that first judgment that the court did, that this man should be set free. Rather, you see people talking, differently. I cannot understand. So that ruling that was done first, that this man should be set free, because he was
all of a sudden.
Yeah, he was illegally brought to Nigeria. So therefore, there's no legal proceedings that can go under law, and which is a right, good and right ruling, and nobody obeyed it. Now you are saying this one that ruled illegal, that this is the correct one.
Yeah.
Man, Nigeria is a shame.
And what about his case that was acquitted?
Yes.
That was by the Supreme Court, right? I think 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think that was 2022 or thereabout. Nobody is saying that
they
one.
all
again.
forget it.
Yes. So that is my fear. So Nigeria, where are we heading to? What do we stand for? Do you understand? What is our rallying point? What is that will happen? And and the whole Nigeria will say no. This one we cannot take it again.
See, now, when you remember all these kind of things, right? Then you will start looking at all those people you are calling clergymen on Twitter. When they interview them, you will be hearing the kind of Queen's English they will be speaking, defending this kind of undefendable judgment, this kind of atrocity, this kind of I cannot say the Banana Republic. I don't know.
Nigeria, I think we are in that stage. No. Banana Republic means where the law does not is not upheld. I think that is exactly where we are now.
If people who said that you will hear I graduated of law, and they will be calling wherever they graduated from. I don't know. They will be calling wherever they graduated from, And they will forget that a court in Nigeria have ruled that Nnamdi Kanu cannot be tried in Nigeria because of how he was brought back
Yes.
to Nigeria. And you forgot that a court have acquitted him of his charges.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, you are celebrating, everybody's ramping about that Nnamdi Kanu has been sentenced to life imprisonment. It was good.
Man.
The judge was reading everything. I think he read it more than 2 hours. I don't know.
That man, sorry to say, that man is an illiterate.
Wait.
Sincerely, I don't think he got there by merit.
Wait, I understand.
I think we should call him Injustice Omotosho. Sincerely speaking,
Injustice
right?
Omotosho.
Yeah, Injustice, not Justice Omotosho.
Injustice Omotosho.
Yes, Injustice, that should be his name. He does not merit that post.
Wait. I want to understand.
He does not merit it.
Wait. Nnamdi Kanu was not caught killing somebody.
No.
Nobody testified that he killed somebody.
No.
Or that he sent them to go and kill. So you sentenced somebody because of what he said.
No.
To life imprisonment.
Yes.
And the prosecutor was asking for death sentence.
Yes. On what ground?
Jesus Christ.
We are not even backing him. Let's assume he committed the crime. Let's assume. Okay? But quote the law on which you are passing judgment. It's as simple as that. Do you understand? For me, that is my worry. Okay, let's assume Nnamdi Kanu committed that. Let's assume what they said, everything they said is true. Okay, but what is the law? On which law are you judging him? Why you cannot quote it?
Or are they going to rehabilitate him?
I don't know.
And send him into the army.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do to people terrorists.
This is shame. This is shame of a century. And okay, you see, that have brought also the case before the Congress in America. One of the Congress guy was saying that Nigeria judiciary is a mess.
And these guys don't even care. These guys don't even care.
No, they don't care because they are evil. They don't care because they are corrupt. That is they thrive in that situation. You understand? Yeah, if something should go normal, all of them will be relevant. In a second.
People who think this way cannot compete.
Never.
They cannot compete in a standard situation. They are thriving because of Nigeria is like this.
Yes.
And you cannot see
in a lawlessness.
You in a country that is that runs on principle and law. That judge cannot be a judge.
Never.
It's not possible.
Never.
And that prosecutor cannot get a job.
Never.
It is simple that this is how it is, but because of how Nigeria, these people, what they do is they'll find someone that they can use, then they will promote that person. Appoint the Tinubu.
Yeah, that's what they
judges.
Do. You remember?
Tinubu have appointed judges, people that he will be using to execute his illegal jobs, whatever that he wants to do.
You see, this man, our current president Tinubu, is a bad guy. Sincerely, these are people that have. No, I'm telling you, most of them don't know the depth of his of his evil. Yes. Since he did not contest, why he was not contesting, he was working behind to change the rules, the laws. You remember, if Nigeria laws was not changed, this man cannot become a president. Part of the reasons, part of the law that they work from behind to change was that some cases is for party to decide, not for the constitution. You remember when they raised case about his eligibility to contest as a president in Nigeria, and the court said that is a
party issue.
Yeah, that is a party issue. Since the party could not deal with that, that the government does not have anything to say, the whole country. You could imagine that what will make somebody a president.
Mastermind.
Yeah, criminally mastermind. He did that from, behind to change the rule. That if party did not determine that this person is not eligible to contest, it's a party issue, not a federal government issue. How can that be? Is he going to govern only his party? Somebody that is coming to govern a whole nation, and you are saying that that is a party matter. They're supposed to have decided it. It's not something you can consider. So they have started working day and night for years to change the rules so that he can be a president. All these judges, they have started promoting them. The people who will work for them, not today.
Yeah.
The same way now that, this guy that is...
FCT minister?
One of these guys that is always bringing the judicial deficiencies, to light. The way he said now that the current judges, they are appointing their children and, political mistresses. They are now being appointed as judges the same way they started. Somebody like this Omotosho got this job by connection. He did not merit it. From the way he read the judgment, you could see that this person is not learned. This person is half-baked. He cannot claim to be this person is not
claim to be full-baked judge.
No. It's not a full-baked job. It's not a full-baked judge. He's not an intelligent guy. He's even reading with emotion. You could see that from his
But
tone.
it was a missionary case. This was a missionary case.
Oh my God.
Nnamdi Kanu case was the biggest case in Nigeria. I think it's still the biggest case in Nigeria right now. And this guy has handled it this way. I don't know what exactly they wanted to do, or they wanted to provoke riots in the eastern part or protest. I don't know exactly what their plan was.
No.
But one thing is guaranteed. Any hatred that they wanted to spark, they have succeeded in that.
No, you see, Nigeria is destroying themselves.
Do you know how many years that Igbo people talked about what happened during the Civil War and the Ojukwu, how they maltreated our leader Ojukwu, right?
Yeah.
And the kind of love that we had for Ojukwu, or we have for Ojukwu, another person that we had that kind of love for is Nnamdi Kanu. Look at how they treated Nnamdi Kanu's case. And they said Igbos are working against the unity of Nigeria.
No, you see, my brother, for me, this is not about Igbo or Nnamdi Kanu. No. It's only the people who cannot think deep that will see that.
They are using, I would say right now, they are using, because these people that support this thing because Nnamdi Kanu is Igbo, they are forgetting that this is one country.
Yes, it's going to affect everybody. And I will tell you where we are going. And we are very close to them. It's already happening. Now, what is doing, they may think, because it's an Igbo man, everybody is jubilating.
That is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it will boomerang. Because what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is trying to balkanize the nation. You remember this recently, what happened in PDP? A judge gave a ruling in Abuja. This Makinde fashion secure another ruling in what is it called? In Ibadan. That is a conflict. Okay? They are now balkanizing the judiciary. So you are now, you thought you are doing an Igbo man. You don't know that what you are doing will go beyond, because it's a point of reference. A time will come, it will happen to two elephants. Like what happened to Nwike and Makinde. Yeah, Nwike went to Abuja and secured his, court order. The same way, Makinde did secure his court order in Ibadan. Yes, and there was a clash. That is where we are going. Very soon we will begin to have such clashes, because they are just balkanizing the nation. They are just balkanizing every department. That is where it's going. It's not about Nnamdi. They are just exposing themselves, and they are destroying Nigeria. At the end, it's not about Igbo man. To them, yes, an Igbo man. Let's do it. Very soon, they will fall out among themselves.
During their clash, there was middlemen, right? That was going to suffer whatever happened if that incident was happened, that it escalated. Other people will suffer it, and it's not Wike and Makinde. I think the first time that Wike was present during this kind of thing was during that Yerima, right? He was present. But this kind of thing happens when the leaders that will tell you, oh, go and do this, they will not be around. You will go there, something will happen. They will say that there was an accidental discharge of this rubbish that they normally do. And somebody will lose their life because you were fighting for these useless politicians. And the thing they will do is they will go and visit your family and say, he was a good man. He was working for the country. And that is it. And your family will not even get their pension.
Are you still wearing enough layers to insulate Alaska? You need the new 3.
Your family will not even get your pension. How many? 2-3 weeks, your story is forgotten. When Yerima on happened, every Nigeria was singing Yerima, Yerima, Yerima. They've moved on from that one.
It's going to continue. That is what
Makinde happened.
Yes.
I'm sure they've moved on.
No, you see, it's increasing. They are amplifying it. Do you understand? Very soon, it will go to a point, a judge will give an order, nobody will obey. And there will be a fight. It will become an armed conflict. Survival of the fittest. It will be between the two parties.
The judge cannot command anybody to fight.
Yes.
No, he cannot.
He cannot command.
The only
a time will come, sir, if they don't take time, you see, a fight will erupt in the court between judges. The way they are going, just mark it.
Has it not happened before?
Well, I don't have.
No, if you say it hasn't happened, I will be very surprised.
I don't know if it has happened, but the way it's going now, that you are not following the rules. You are judging. You just feel like reading judgment because you have the power. Some people are backing you. A time will come, there will be division among the ranks, among the, like what happened between Wike and Makinde that used to be ally. Yeah, it will continue to happen. A time will come, that division, that balkanization will happen in the judiciary. And then one judge will rule, the next judge will say, no, this is not what we agreed, and this is not the law. Before you know, the fight will erupt in the court of law, and nobody will obey them again. They will finish themselves. There's an adage by this our writer Echeno Achebe that when the gods want to destroy someone, they first of all make him what? Mad. So they are heading towards their destruction, and the gods are making them mad. So they don't care what decision they take. They don't care what judgment they pass. They feel they don't know they are heading towards their destruction. It is very close.
Is there any way Nigerians that are not, this, I'm saying again, this older generation, these new generations, is there any way they can salvage Nigeria?
Yes, I think the salvaging of Nigeria will come from the new generations. And for me, I think I will agitate for that. And one of the way for them to do that is to stop, we give very heavy respect to our elders in Nigeria. Yeah, I think that is what is holding the new generation.
It's uncalled for.
Yeah, that due respect we are giving them, I think they don't deserve it. Sincerely.
They fed.
Yeah, they fed woefully.
They fed woefully.
You understand? So I think Nigeria should start to withdraw.
There will be
the respect.
Who are you going to call?
The respect we have for the other.
From A to Z, every organization, Christian, Muslim, judges, everywhere, executive, everywhere, the older generation, all of them, they have destroyed Nigeria.
Because we don't know where they stand. We don't know.
No, they don't stand.
It's very painful. We don't know where they stand.
They are masquerading.
We cannot follow them as fathers. We cannot follow them as elders because we don't know where they stand. We don't know where they are going. It's very, very painful. Nobody can say, no young person that can say, this is where our elders, this is where they stand. Nobody. And that is shameful, and that is disastrous. There is nothing we uphold as a nation. Even taking human life, we take it, it means nothing.
We uphold bigotry. It's the highest Nigerian selling point.
No, that does not have virtue. It's not taking us, things that have virtue. things that are pure, things that are right. You know,
why are you talking about virtue when it's my turn to rule Nigeria?
no, well, oh, yeah,
Why are you talking about virtue where they'll be giving relevance to somebody that you will look at? What have this person I'm giving relevance to contributed to Nigeria? Why are they every time giving microphone to Gumi? Why? Why do you every time you call some old or 80, 90 years old person, that's the only thing the person contributed to Nigeria is, and that maybe is the states or who gave him education, now the person can speak only good English. That is the only thing that person have contributed to Nigeria. That is the only thing that person have contributed to Nigeria. Every time you invite the person to be given the person useless relevance. Like Nigeria is in a place like we need to prioritize people that can give their life in the cause of this country. Not old people that the only thing they preach about is bigotry. Oh, I don't support him because why you do not support him? This is just an instance. You start speaking English from this goalpost to that goalpost. Okay, the person you support, why do you support that person? You will still be speaking English that have no headway. It's not like you know that country is being run on policy. It's not that you can say, okay, this thing, this person worked with this policy before, or this is the policy that this person have. You schooled abroad. You know how developed countries works. Exactly. You have other passports. You know what is their foreign policy. Nigeria do not have any foreign policy. Nigeria do not have any ambassadors. Nigeria do not have any diplomats. You know, you with all your knowledge and the kind of English you can speak, you cannot just stand and say, no, you are too old. Many of you guys are so much old. You cannot just say, okay, what good have I done to Nigeria? I think it's just time to give back. Most of you got education on this thing.
For free.
For free. Now, the states train you guys. And what you guys used it to do is to useless the country.
To embezzle. There's another thing, that used to come to my mind. And for Nigeria to know that we're in a deep shit.
Sorry.
Okay.
These guys will say most educated people in Africa is from Nigeria. Then you are going to look, what exactly are you talking about?
Well, yeah, the benefit of that education.
What exactly are you talking about? Now, I have said before that I did not contribute to where Nigeria is right now as an Igbo man. I did not contribute. Now, let's look at those people that contributed to this. And when you give them, and they will speak English from here to there. And right from when they can speak, and people will hear them, when they can talk to government, they cannot help to navigate the government to the right path.
Il nostro viaggio in Cina inizia da qui.
Because many of you, just to say this, Obasanjo have been the leader of this country for how many years? 12 years, right? 3 times.
Yeah.
And Buhari, how many years?
Almost same.
2 + 8, right? And all of them. So what exactly did you do to Nigeria? What exactly have you done for Nigeria to move Nigeria forward? Nothing. And you will see this set of people you'll be presenting, giving them microphone to speak to Nigerians. You'll be inviting them. You see what happened to this place. What do you think you can do with all your experience? What exactly experience did that person have? No, seriously, what exactly experience? They are all doctors.
For me,
they all have doctorate degrees, seriously.
For me, I'm an advocate that our elders should be withdrawn. sincerely. I know I'm growing to be there, but I cannot see something that will destroy my children, and I will support it. And that is part of the reason I speak. The opportunity I have, I let people know that we should follow the right path. These are what our elderly statesmen are not doing. Both our royal fathers or they are not doing. And part of the reason most of them have eaten bribe. They have taken money they are not supposed to take.
Who are your royal fathers?
This Tinubu as a criminal have long been, giving out, dishing out some money behind during their birthdays, during their inauguration, during their has been sharing money for them. So this time now it's difficult for them to
even
speak.
before Tinubu, right? Everybody's lamenting right now. Every section, everybody's crying everywhere now.
Yeah, but
2000,
but getting worse.
2014, right? 2014. Did you see the caliber of people that was protesting all over Nigeria in Lagos?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Where are they now?
Yeah, it's that's a $1 million question.
Do you know what they do? They go to their church and they pray in tongues and they give ultimatum 7 days. That 7 days will come and pass. 7 years will come and pass. 7 decades will come and pass. And their congregation will not say, no, you guys are making mockery of this God that we are all serving. You are using the name of Christ to enrich yourself. And they speak in tongues, that we must all speak in tongues. And because you are speaking in tongues, you are speaking directly from God. You are lying to your congregation. You stand in the presence of thousands of people, both people watching you from everywhere. You are lying. Tell me the integrity that you have. Show me your integrity. If you will come out in 2014 to protest and you cannot protest now, what integrity do you have to speak?
Yeah, that is what I was telling you, that that Nigeria have been balkanized on every sector. And that is why we don't have where we are heading to. We are now speaking of Christianity, right? Our clergy. If you go to also the Muslim side, the same, Nigeria is balkanized. You go to our royal men, the same. Everywhere have been balkanized. We don't have a place we stand. And that, for me, that is what worries me. What makes us a Nigerian? Where are we heading to? Where is that dream? It's like we are heading to nowhere. And man, it worries my heart. It gives me, sleepless nights. That a whole nation full of human potentials, natural potentials, very, very endowed, but with both spiritually and physically. Nigeria, even the men of God, they have so much anointing that they can even sell it in a bottle, and it will work for people outside.
No, they are selling it already.
To tell you the kind of things we have as a nation, but yet we are heading nowhere. There is no, there is no focal point. There is nothing we are looking up to. There is nothing. Everywhere is balkanized. Everywhere. From the law, there is not. It's for me, it's painful. It's painful, and that is why we should get rid of these leaders. The youth should arise, because we cannot look forward to our statesmen. We cannot look forward to this elderly men. The youth should arise.
Nigeria needs serious
and
overhaul.
put all of them out.
Serious overhaul is not just needing serious overhaul, and we need to stop giving relevance to people who do not deserve it, because respect is earned. How did you actually get?
All of them does not deserve it. Okay, look at Nnamdi Kanu case we are speaking now. Only few lawyers, air their view that this judgment is wrong.
But it did not start today.
You do understand?
Wait. It did not start today, right?
Okay.
It did not start today.
Yeah.
If we're going to we're talking about law. How did Hope Uzodinma become governor of Imo State?
Okay.
It did not start today.
Yeah, there you come.
There you go.
Yeah.
How did he become governor of Imo State?
Yeah, the person who took a fourth position.
I
became
was also watching Some lawyers say, I was in court when the judgment was pronounced. I can't believe I'm a lawyer. You see that? Leave the profession. Just leave it. There are so many things you can do. Leave it.
They vocalize it. Is dead.
Leave it. There are so many things you can do. Now you don't have faith in the judge that is going to judge. It does not matter what you argue. It does not matter what you argue.
It does not matter.
Because people who are going to decide, you already know what they are going to decide.
You see, during the 2023...
In this Nigeria right now, can you take Wike to court?
No, it's not possible.
In this Nigeria right now?
It's not possible. It's not possible. He will floor you 1,000%.
It does not matter the evidence.
It does not matter the evidence. It does not matter even if you are the one that is right. They will make you wrong. It's not possible. That is where Nigeria is now at the moment. It's a shame. And it's worrisome. Yeah, a nation like that cannot move forward. It's not the case.
It did not start today. It's just that it looks like sometimes we're managing it, but it did not start today.
Look at the ruling in the 2023 election. Even some of INEC was even the court will give them order to provide evidence. They will not. They will decline, and nothing happened.
Of course.
My husband is 57, 264 pounds, and his young trainer tells him he needs to walk 10.
Man, Nigeria.
Of course, in some judges, I've seen some people say that we can only rule, we cannot enforce. We are not law enforcement officers.
Okay.
We can only rule because if I also using Nnamdi Kanu, how many times did the judge tell DSS allow him to change his clothes? How many times? Since 2021.
Yeah, those are what
he need to change his clothes. He needs to change his code. This is the judge telling law enforcement officer in a country that has law.
It's okay. That is awful.
And the next day, they will still bring him to that same court. And the judge will not say, before we proceed, I need to see him change his clothes.
You know the last reading he made, the judge, he said he has not even repented of his. I said, what is this man saying? Repent of what? You understand? That Nnamdi Kanu has not even, he didn't show remorse.
No, they need to repent. Repent, maybe this may be a repentant IPOB. They have a repentant Boko Haram.
That guy is, okay, we have changed his name to Injustice. Injustice Omotosho. Yeah, he does not merit that position. He is part of the people that they have promoted for this cause. Sincerely, if you go and check through the record, this is somebody that they have pushed, to be there so that it will rule in their bidding. Look at look at the last time they hold a meeting. They were singing
yes.
Your mandate will stand.
Yes.
A whole judicial,
but they are standing on his mandate.
Yes, a whole judicial gathering. Singing that we are standing on the president, not on the constitution. Man, Nigeria is gone.
Okay, you have seen.
It's not about Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah,
it's going to affect. It's going to affect everybody.
That is the question I wanted to ask.
It will affect everybody.
You have seen.
It's going to affect everybody.
You have seen the rate which Nigeria is fucked right now. How do you think you can salvage Nigeria? I don't think it's the youth can do this thing to Nigeria.
No, it's the youth.
No, how are they really going to do it?
It's the youth.
No, now we are talking about the judges. It's not just the judges. We are talking about our spiritual leaders. It's not just our spiritual leaders. We are talking about our politicians. It's not just our politicians. We're talking about law enforcement. How are you going to salvage Nigeria?
Yeah, there's a time of reckoning. And I believe that time will soon come. I believe. Sometimes if something have not rotten to some extent, the revolution will not come. When the revolution will come, there will be a purging.
In this divided country?
Yes, it will come. If God destined us to be one, it will come. But if not, there will be a division. Yeah, because we have got to the peak now. You understand that a judge can rule on a case without referring to the law on which the judge is standing on.
So there are some people who look at Nigeria right now and try to think critically and say, okay, look, everything that is happening in Nigeria now is not the fault of Igbo. This is actually a distraction that they are mentioning Igbo in everything. So young Nigerians, in a large number of Nigerians are thinking like this. I mean, the young ones. I'm asking.
Okay.
Because if they cannot think like this, they are still going to grow old.
No, so Nigerians are thinking. You see, some Nigerians are thinking, especially the learned ones. Part of the system is so is so entrenched.
These young lawyers right now that they cannot do anything because the judges are the people that are going to call the shots. They will argue from now till the kingdom comes, still nothing will happen. And these politicians will find a way. It say if you cannot beat them, join them, right? They will find a way to make these guys join them. So what they are doing right now in Abuja is in Wike taking land and building houses to the new judges that the former government did not corrupt because they have not gotten to that position.
Yeah.
So this is just the playbook.
No, Bible says that surely there's an end. To everything, there's an end. Yeah. I believe that.
So that is what I'm asking
the
you.
end
That
is
is what I'm
coming
asking
close.
you. And that end is not going to be through election.
It may be, it may not. Whichever way to take. But surely there will be an end. Surely there will be an end. And for me, I see that end coming very close because we're in a crossroad. There is nothing we are standing for now. There is nothing.
What is the sign of that crossroad?
Yeah,
what are the signs of it?
Yeah,
maybe I'm not saying that's one.
Yeah, this is part of it. Now we could see there is a failure in security. You cannot trust the military. You cannot trust the police. Yeah, that is a sign. That is the crossroad. You understand? Now, okay, you remember they kidnapped children from Kebbi the other day. Then the governor asked who gave the soldiers to leave because it was after the soldiers left that the kidnapping took place. The governor said they should ask who withdraw the soldiers, who asked them to leave.
Who is going to ask the question?
Yeah, so that is what I'm telling you. Everywhere
the governor said they should ask.
Yes, a governor, the soldiers are not under governor's command.
So the governor don't have the power or resources to investigate?
No, because the soldiers are not under his command.
He can investigate.
No, even if he investigates, there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do at all.
Know.
Ho 42 anni e salto il fondotinta. Non faccio filler e trattamenti facciali. Come? Seguo questi
No, you see,
let
those are
Nigerians know.
No, because there's exclusive list.
Mr. Freeborn,
the military is there. The police is there.
Mr. Freeborn.
The governor cannot do that.
Mr. Freeborn.
Yes, sir.
If he cannot do it, there are so many people he can leak the secret to, and they will leak the news.
Yeah, but he's making
Nigeria wanted to invade Niger, right?
Yeah.
How did that invasion stop? Because maybe one general did not want to fight that war, so he leaked that news, right?
Yeah.
If that he's just saying, asking that question, that is a political question they keep asking to say that maybe he's fighting for his state. He's not serious. If you want Nigerians to know, or the people of Kebbi State, right? The people of Kebbi State to know what happened. He can do it if, because of his office, will not allow him to say that. There are so many means to leak the news to
fine. You were asking me what is the red line.
Yeah.
I was just trying to, point out to you, like, what happened in the military.
I just tried to tell you that is not serious.
Okay, number two, this general that was killed. Yes, that's Oba, the general that was killed. And this general escaped the militants. He communicated that this is where I am for rescue.
Understand his location.
Yes, understand his location, and it was the bandits that came for him instead of the Nigerian. So these are red. It shows that it's been broken. Everything is broken. This is a red line. Okay, you come to the judiciary. You could see now that a judge can rule without referring to the law, that stands on the basis of his ruling or judgment. That is a red sign. You go to the police. The last time, from the police, I was reading that this guy, Harrison Gwamnishim, was saying that most of the kidnappers that was declared, wanted, they were supposed to be in prison. They were sentenced, a few months ago, with firearm. They were sentenced, but they were already out and they're already kidnapping. So it shows that nobody knows. They're already out. Those that are supposed to be in prison. It shows that the police also, that side is broken. These are the.
But to make it fast,
police
because we need to go for the town hall.
And they were
I think police hand is out. They have done their own job. That one now is correctional officers and what is it called?
Okay.
So the people that released him, somebody said released him.
Okay, so okay, what of police that they have seen involved in illegal job?
No,
There are so many.
no, they have been involved since. That is why they want to disband SAS.
Okay, so these are the red lights. This is why I say the end is close. The end is very, very near. If nothing happened politically,
But you don't salvage rotten tomato. If you're rotten tomato, immediately the fungus start coming. What you do is throw it away.
yes, the end is coming, and it will come in two ways. It's either Nigeria is divided or there will be a purging. Serious one. If we should remain as a country, because we cannot continue with this lawlessness, we cannot continue with injustice, we cannot continue with killing, we cannot continue with insecurity, we cannot continue.
There are so many things we cannot continue.
Yeah, there are so many we cannot continue with.
And it's not from one office.
Yes, it's not from one office, and it's not affecting only one one tribe. All these things are affecting everybody. Only that the Igbos are speaking loud. You understand? Because they're not at the helm of affairs. This thing is also affecting every part of Nigeria and every tribe. So we cannot continue like that as a nation. We cannot continue. You understand? We cannot. All Nigerians cannot leave the country. Many people are looking for how to travel, leave the country. All Nigerians cannot leave. So we cannot continue. It has to come to an end, and something must happen. Something must happen. We cannot continue. There is time for everything, and there is an end. I believe the end is.
You are seeing Fulani Hesmadi's kidnappers on TikTok every day. You are seeing them on TikTok.
Yeah.
And they cannot be arrested.
They cannot be arrested. You see the funny
And they're in Nigeria.
The funny thing, the people that were kidnapped in Kwara from CSC Church, there is news now that they have been released. Everybody is back home, which is a congratulation. We are glad. But what are the people that kidnapped them? What happened? Have they been arrested? Well, who released them? How did they? What happened?
This is a question for our next section, which will continue. So if this is your first time coming across Vic Influential, please subscribe to this channel and be part of our community. It's a growing community, and we need you to help us grow this channel. You see, there are things that they cannot talk on mainstream medias. On this platform, we'll talk about it. See you next on Vic Influential.
Thank you, Vic Influential. That was a very good interview, a very good narrative. And it's good that you are on the side of truth without bias. And I love it when a presentation is made like this without bias, not because you want to side anybody because you are from your tribe or from your anywhere, but because you want to stand on the side of truth and actually speak the truth to power. Thank you very much. And we'll end this now. Please join me. I've put the link to the town hall on my Twitter handle. The link to the town hall is on my Twitter handle. Please join me. Otherwise, let me copy and paste right now on the comment section. Right now. Wait a minute. Let me just copy and paste. Oh, no. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, no. Okay, I'll still look for it. 1 minute. Oh, instead of copying it, the thing now click on the link. I need to copy it and put on the comment section, not to click on the link. Wait. How do I copy? Okay, wait. 1 minute. I want to see if I can put the link on. Okay, let me copy from Ikemba State. Okay, let's have it. All right, let's have it. Okay, if you go on the comment section now, watch on the comment section, you're going to see the link. I just put the link right now on the comment section. Click it now and join us. Thank you, Mommy Egoibo. Click the link there. You can see the link. Click it now and join us in the Zoom. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Day one. I'm opening the Zoom also right now to join. Just click it. The Zoom is open and join us there. Thank you very much, and God